want to talk a little bit about the wealth mindset. How do we attract abundance? How do we manifest the things we want in our lives? What I've found in doing a lot of research into this topic over the last decade is that it's not only about having that vision and getting crystal clear on what we want. It's that we must learn to accept the feeling. We must learn to be comfortable in that feeling and to be able to cultivate that feeling of our goal already manifested. And if we can do that, we can start living into that story. So what does that mean? It means that we need to focus on the person we want to become and start making decisions and actions as that person. If we were making decisions and actions as the person that already had what we wanted and living as if it was already achieved, we'd start showing up in the world differently. We'd start behaving differently. We'd start thinking differently. And so by doing that, we'd be in harmony with the vision that we have of this big life. We'd be in harmony with the energy, and we'd start doing, not only believing and thinking, but doing the actions that that person would do. And they'd be very different to the person that was fueled by negativity, doubt, frustration, fear, that doubted whether they could actually pull it off, that thought that it wasn't possible. If you know me, you'll know my motto is believe it is possible. And that stems from this, believe in the possible. The fact that you're starting to believe, you start to act in that way, even though you don't see the results. That's what attracts the right people, resources, and things to you to then live into that life. So instead of worrying about what you're not, start focusing on what you are. Stop believing and acting as that person that you want to become. Start taking that different path, because that's going to take you forward in new ways. That's going to help you overcome the risk. And Bob Proctor talks about this a lot. This is when we start that change. This is actually called the terror barrier. And you're either going to hit that terror barrier and bounce back off, and therefore you're going to keep repeating the same patterns, or you're going to break through that terror barrier. And once you do that, you've changed the system and you've changed the neural pathways in your mind, and you've started to create a new pathway. And that's where your creativity and your imagination can come through. I believe that the imagination is very close to spiritual alignment with a higher power and God. In my world, that's God. And so your imagination is where your ideas come through. And those ideas are the seeds that you can plant to create that life that you want. But if you're consumed with fear or the terror barrier, you don't go all the way with those ideas. You don't go through the terror barrier and assume that it's already done. We must have that conviction and that full belief that what we want is already done, else it wouldn't be a desire that was in our mind to get through that terror barrier. And so I would say that's why you need to start building your imagination, your intuition, and you need to start following it with confidence, living into that person that you want to become today, so that you then start having the life you want today, because you're taking those actions and you're not blocked by this terror barrier. I know it sounds like a lot, and it probably sounds like a lot of woo-woo, like I'm just talking of big words like intuition, imagination, spiritual alignment, frequency, harmony. All of these things sound, oh yeah, that's very good for you to say, but I'm in this situation, Tim. I've got credit card debts. I'm in a bad relationship. I've lost my job. All of those things might be happening to you. All of those pressures might be there, but it's the discipline to have your mind override and to be able to live in that future situation, that future person, so that you can start making better decisions around those things that are happening. So it's not that you're not aware of those things, you're not acknowledging them. Look, you can acknowledge that that's happened and still have control over your thoughts, your thinking, your feeling. Because if we can cultivate that feeling of our goal already achieved, how is that person going to show up in that situation? I'll give you an example. Why is it that when truly wealthy people lose everything, they're not as worried? They're not worried. It's because they know how to make it back. They have full confidence that they're going to go out there the next couple of days and make all that money back. Why do entrepreneurs do this all the time? And you see that they double down and take bets, and they have full belief. They know how to do it. So they have, wealth is not the money in your account. They have an abundant mindset. They have a wealthy mindset. It's not something that you just have with loads of zeros in your bank account. That's not the reflection of wealth. That's why lottery winners lose their money, because they haven't acquired the wealth. They haven't acquired the discipline and the humility to be able to retain that wealth and to have gratitude for it. and to be able to put it in the right places, to put it to work in the right places. And that is exactly why when a wealthy person loses money, they don't freak out, because they've acquired that skill. Its wealth is something from within. It's their inner world shining out. So they know that they'll get it back in a few weeks. They know that that wealth will continue to go, because when they make decisions, they make the right decision, and they attract opportunity like a magnet to them. So it's all about how you're showing up. It's all about your inner world, your inner belief system, your inner feeling. When you have that inner feeling and you're close to it and you can follow your intuition, and you can do business deals not because you're chasing short-term wins, or you think that person's a bit dodgy, but you've got to do this deal because you just need to make the money. No, you can start having discernment around where you place your energy and time, who you do business with. And so the right people start showing up and you recognize them because you're in tune with wealth. And so you start to have a good relationship with money. You start to have a good relationship with wealth. You start admiring other rich people instead of thinking, oh, you must have done something to cheat someone or to scam someone to get money, or I'm jealous that you've got all this prosperity, wealth, harmony, that you get to go on holiday 17 times a year, that you have all of these amazing cars and houses. No, you start seeing as like, look, this person's worked hard. They've got a different type of mindset, a different way of thinking about wealth. And they've added a lot of value to the world in order to create that wealth. And so when you start thinking like that, you start admiring these people and you start realizing, well, no, they have added value in these ways. And they've gone through tough times with resilience, with grit, with determination, with persistence. They have pressure on them right now, but the way that they react to situations is different. The way that they see and they connect and they network is different. And trust me, when you start doing that, your network will explode and you'll get yourself into different rooms because you'll start to be in harmony with those people. So you'll be attracted into those circles. Those people will welcome you in because they'll see you as like them. And when you do that, you'll be able to witness how these other people handle situations. So you'll be learning from people that are further ahead than you. They'll be mentoring you. And just through osmosis, you'll start to pick up new ways of dealing with life, of approaching problems, of thinking creatively, and of new investment opportunities, things you didn't think of because you're in different circles and you're too busy worrying about all the problems. So I'm just putting out there that is actually the pattern to be able to create more abundance in your life, and that it comes back to cultivating that feeling and living in that feeling as if the life and the goals that you have already come to fruition, because that's the very thing that starts creating you to be a success magnet. I'm going to leave it there today. If you want to, check out timjscastle.com, go look at the School of Success, go check out the Highly Skilled Negotiator. It's a course for you if you want to dominate in 2025. You want to learn about persuasion, influence, the language, the mindset and the outcomes, the confidence and the compassion of a highly skilled negotiator. That's all there for you. It's over 80 lessons of high quality content, 6 hours. You can learn it all in a weekend, implement it on Monday. You also get this bonus course, the Job Interview Mastery course. If you're going through job interviews right now, I recommend you get that. That's free of charge. It's another load of value for you if you grab this course, the Highly Skilled Negotiator. Right now, go to timjscastle.com and check it out. That's my gift to you. Take care all, and I'll see you next time. All right, have you ever felt stuck? Like your life is just in a holding pattern? Like you know where you want to get to, but you just can't seem to make any moves to get there? Well, I've got something that I've built for you. It's called the School of Success, and it's a series of short courses that you can take to get high impact and high leverage skills under your belt so that you can start accelerating towards the life you really want. I put my heart and soul into this because it's what I love. It's my passion. This is my purpose on this planet, to help you achieve your big goals, dreams and desires, to see that big vision come to fruition, to be able to expand your wealth. And so that if there's one course I recommend you take, it's the Highly Skilled Negotiator course. Head on over to timjscastle.com and check it out for yourself. This is the #1 high leverage skill that you can learn today, especially with all the disruption around AI and new technologies that are coming in. You're going to want to learn how to negotiate, because that's all about human connection. and it's only going to rise in value. So as you walk into these negotiations, you can feel prepared, confident, and ready to roll out the art of negotiation, to become that expert negotiator, become that person that's relied upon in the business to handle those commercial decisions, to take those negotiations and to create more value, connection, and relationships to build your brand on top of that. So the Highly Skilled Negotiator on timjscastle.com is where you want to hang out, and that's within the School of Success. That's my online course layer of my business, and it's all for you there. There's added value to high quality content, tons of lessons, all about skill development. So I'm just putting that out there. I recommend you go check it out. timjscastle.com.